What's going on, everybody? It's Childish. We're back at it again, coming at you with one of our first serious AMAs on the channel. As always, thank you all so much for tuning in. As you guys know, 2019 is right around the corner, so this time around, I wanted to do something completely different. This is not your typical video. This is not educational. There's no PvP gameplay. We're literally just gonna get down to some crazy questions that I've collected over the past year. Some good, some bad, and some ugly questions that I feel that you guys finally deserve some answers. So basically, these questions that I've collected, they've been from a wide variety of resources here. Some of them have been, through the YouTube or Twitch chat. Some of them have been from the Summoners War team. Some of them have even been from other content creators. And then, believe it or not, guys, some of them have actually been from some of our haters or some trolls. I mean, for those that know me, and let me give a little bit of a background, okay? I'm one of the people that is widely considered as one of the most neutral people on our channel. So the fact that I'm even talking about the fact that I'm getting ready to talk about right these questions here is still a little crazy to me. So, but believe it or not, guys, I want to get this. I want to get this to your way because I do believe that some of the questions, while they may not seem they might surprise you for me to provide this answer to you and be a little bit more open with you. I do believe that by the end of the video, you understand why I decided to kind of open up and talk about these things down the road. The first one is pretty straightforward here. Okay, what are the current games that you play? So obviously, you guys know that when I originally created this channel, it was a Summoners War dedicated channel. That was the main focus on. But as the years have come around, I've kind of opened up to a couple other games just to try them out. Some of them I showcased on the channel. Some of them I have not. So that's what I'm going to be talking about as far as right now. Like right now, what games do I hear? So I'm literally looking at my phone right here. So obviously, the first game that I got here is Summoners War. I want to say the next two games came around in the spring of 2018. We got Dungeon Hunter Champions and we got MMEG, Might and Magic Elemental Guardians. Those came around in the summertime of 2018. And then over the course of fall, I moved into Dragalia Lost. Played that for a little bit here. Then we got let's see. We got some Epic 7 that I've been playing a little bit right now. Some of you guys have been seeing me play it on the stream, just in the top part of my corner. I even have Hearthstone downloaded. And then, of course, this one's not going to come to surprise, as this is one of the games that I actually brought to the channel prior to 2018. It was at summer of 2017, which is called Brawl Stars. It's a pretty fun game as well here. So as of right now, those are the games that I just kind of dabble into. Every once in a while, I will test out a new game, regardless if it's like sponsor work or not. Maybe somebody will talk about it and I'll be like, hey, you know what? I'll give it a go, mess around with it. But for the most part, those games over the past year or so have kind of kept my interest, and they've been pretty fun to mess around with. So how do I do it all? I have no idea. It just kind of comes down to how I'm feeling and how much time I have. But more often than not, I try to stick to the games that I predominantly showcase on my channel, because that's what you came here for, and I want to provide content that I'm passionate about making, but also content that you guys enjoy and watching. Okay. Next question here. In the past year, you have tested more games than you ever have in the past 4 years as a content creator on your channel. Why is that? This is a good question. And this one came from a content creator as well. So, and I'll give you a little bit of background on me, okay? So, for me, and this started when I was super young, okay? I've always been a video gamer at heart. No matter what, and whatever game that I get into that I enjoy, I get into it. I go all in. I go big or go home, right? You guys have heard that comment already. And so when it comes to these last few years here, I basically just kind of stuck to one game for a wide variety of reasons. Not only do I want to be one of the more knowledgeable people in the game to thereby provide knowledge for you, but also, as I get older, my recreational time, so to speak, becomes more limited. When I was younger, I was a big fan of playing console games, handheld games, or even PC games, whatever I can, get my hands on. But as of right now, I basically pushed aside PC games and just stuck to mobile games, because that's just kind of what's more convenient for me. And, it kind of led me towards the whole YouTube thing, and it's been working out pretty well. I find that, like, I love PC games, and there's a lot of games that I've thrown along the side that I really would want to play, but unfortunately, I just know that if I got into them, then it would just be it would just be like, how do I say? I wouldn't. If I got into them, I really wouldn't do a lot of. I wouldn't get a lot of other stuff done. Let's just put it that way. I have a hard time micromanaging my time here, but I try to make the best of it here. So, but I will say this, because of the fact that it came from a content creator perspective, there's one thing that I definitely learned is that obviously when it comes to content creation, you should genuinely make content on games that you enjoy from top to bottom, left to right, right. If for whatever reason there comes some time where you just don't have that love or that passion that you do, you'll have to make a tough decision. Do you want to continue to make games or make content on it because that's what your community wants, or do you want to make content on stuff that you would like? And at the end of the day, as a content creator, people are not really gonna have too much joy if they start providing content based on other variables that step outside from themselves. So I encourage anybody that is looking into content creation that to find what it is that you truly enjoy, that you're truly passionate about, and take the time to get involved in it. And if it is content creation, make a couple of videos on it, because it will be without question understood by your community how the value, or how to say that, how you enjoy this so much. Like it's not going to come to any surprise that you truly enjoy what you do, and it showcases that you portray that through your videos. And I hope that that's how I feel. I hope that's how people see me. They see that I enjoy the content I make, and it's basically why I still create content for the main games that you guys have seen here for the past 4 years or so. That was an interesting one to say, because there's also another flip side to it, especially for the mobile gaming industry. Now, as a content creator, you always should do the things you love, but if you are an aspiring content creator and you're looking to grow your channel, some of the things that you need to consider is, the aspect that, some of these games, Half-Life is not going to be, as long as you would have thought. Games, they're generally, they get in there, they create this hype, you play it, you love it, and, the developers will kind of have to decide down the road, do they want to continue, putting efforts into the game, or do they feel like moving into, different projects? And sometimes it does not work out for the better. So, ultimately you have to make a choice on what you want to do and put yourself in the best situation possible, which is have an open mind on a wide variety of games that you truly enjoy and that you want to share with your community. So that's what I'm definitely going to be doing, here in 2019. And don't take this wrong. Summoners War is not going anywhere. I feel like the developer team, comp to us, have really gone out of the way to show in this past year that they are looking to put forth quite a bit of effort in order to make this game, continuously better. And I enjoy the content, but as you guys might have guessed, I'm always out there to see what kind of games are new and unique. And if there's something that you guys ever point out, you can always leave a comment in the comment section down below. I'll be more than happy to check it out privately, and we'll see where it goes. Okay, we'll see where it goes. So next question. What are the biggest factors keeping you connected to Summoners War and other games for so long? This one, I do remember this one when I got it. This one was from the Summoners War team, obviously, because they're, they're talking about Summoners War, right? Let's see. So what are the biggest factors keeping you connected for Summoners War? I would have to say there's two factors, and they're basically tied together. Okay. Those two biggest factors for me, and this first factor these both relate to any game I play, but the first factor is the gameplay mechanics. Okay, now this is kind of crazy because when we think about a game, I'm thinking about technology and where it's it's gone in the past 20, 30 years. There's always been an emphasis on trying to make the game look artistically sound, right? Make it look so beautiful that you can't help yourself but to check it out, see what it's all about, and make it work. But believe it or not, guys, I'm old school. I guess I don't know if this is old school or not, but this is, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But my biggest thing when it comes to a game and what keeps me kind of connected to it is the mechanics of the game, how it works, from top to bottom, learning the insides and outs of every single unit, monsters, the runes and capabilities, so that you can do stuff that you never would have imagined in order to accomplish whatever goal it is. That's the beauty of this game, right? There's tons of ways to beat the game, and there's no real right way to do it. We can always make content on YouTube and say, "Oh, this is the optimal way," whatnot. But honestly, you guys can do whatever you want. That's the beauty of it. The mechanics are very, very unique, and they provide a wide variety of ways to tackle your guys' quests. But at the end of the day, whatever makes a game unique when it comes to that mechanics, to me is really, really cool, and that's what I truly enjoy. Now, on the flip side of things, and this is going to come, I don't believe there's no surprise to it, but it goes right in line with the gameplay mechanics, is the community. The mechanics of the game pull me in. The community and what they do to keep everybody connected and keep everybody evolving with new and exciting ideas, and keep everybody building friendships and just creating different groups, line groups or Discord groups or whatever, to get everybody that's truly passionate in games like this, talking and everything. I mean, that to me is one of the biggest things out there. Again, I put it right there with gameplay mechanics here. I've always been a community-oriented guy in whatever I get into, regardless if it's video games or not. But the community, by far, has kept me connected to Summoners War for a very long time, and I truly want to extend my thanks out there for all of you guys. Regardless if you are new to the channel or if you follow some other YouTuber out there, you guys have no idea. You truly have no idea how much you mean to us when you stop by a video. Watch it and leave a comment about it, or basically say, hey, I just want to let you know, shoot me an email and say, hey, I just want to let you know that this video really, really helped. Sure, you might have failed on a Childish and you embarrassed yourself in front of the community, but I learned something from it, and it kept me from doing something that would probably have pushed me away from the game, and I thank you for that. And this random emails and responses that I get from that, it's really, really really humbling to get those things like that, and I do appreciate every single person that provides that feedback. It's really, really nice. So the community is just a blessing, and it's been a pleasure to assist to growing various communities in the games that I play, and I'm really hoping to continue to be able to continue to do that for you guys in Summoners War, if God lets me, right? And then from there on out, we'll have to see what the future brings. Yeah. Let's see. So this one here was the next question. We got question number 4. What is your most memorable experience as a content creator? So this one, I mean, there's a couple of things. This one here, let's see. I got to take this one back. So I think this one, again, is kind of two big things, but they both relate to it, and I'll kind of explain why. So the first one happened to be back in October of 2015. So this, for those that haven't been playing the game for a while or don't know the backstory on it, basically, I would say that this is probably one of the first times that CompToUs really branched out to the influencer community, got a little bit more connected with them and trying to see what they could do to provide a better gaming environment for their audience, for their fans, and of course for their influencers. And it was essentially the first time that they ever decided to get an influencer involved and literally, bring him out, get a chance to meet him. So it was a true pleasure to be basically one of the first people that got an invite to the CompToUs headquarters. Got a chance to go out there. Some of you guys that have been around a long time, you probably already know. It was the first time that they've been doing the stream. They've had their stream team for a while, but they for the first time they ever brought myself to celebrate the Halloween event and basically do their first kind of go on with the having the influencer bring him onto the stream and let the community know a little bit more about him. It was a really, again, just humbling experience. I'm super blessed to have that opportunity, and that was, again, just really, really cool to be a part of. Now, what you guys do not know is that it wasn't just a chance to get out there and be featured on a stream. What happened in the background was even more crazier than I could have imagined. I had the pleasure of meeting with a lot of the different people that are involved in the various team, whether it was customer service, whether it was PR. We met the director. I mean, I met everybody. We had different meetings with everybody, and we got to tackle a lot of tough questions that you guys have been passing on. And they just basically wanted an opinion, so from an influencer, more so than a person that has been playing the game and may have tilted answers or tilted opinions based on just however they feel about the game. And so they just wanted me to keep it 100 with them, and I did. So believe it or not, guys, we whatever you guys think, you think about the influencer community, like, oh, you guys never talk to them, you guys never tell them how it is. Like, oh, don't you worry about that, we definitely have, in some ways harder than others. But it was a really, like, just to put it in perspective, it was a really important meeting that needed to be had, because some of the things that happened in that meeting, some of the things that we discussed, believe it or not, has had a huge impact into the game down the road here. Some of the things that basically we saw in 2017, trying to get the influencer community more connected with the game, trying to see what we can do to have more people involved, and just do more things within the game. Whether it's different events, local events, or different esports stuff. I mean, we talked about a lot of random things here, a lot of things that was way off of left field here. But as you guys might have guessed, some of those things came true. And again, I don't want to make this video to sound like I'm the reason why everything happened. Yeah, praise me. No. It's not even like that. But let's just say that there was a ton of people in the background that took some of the ideas that we had in this meeting, branched off them, really created something unique that allowed us, that I feel like allowed the game to just be that much greater. So big shout out to everybody for those of you guys that are watching, all the people that put in the hard work on the ChildishPlays side, all the influencers that have worked alongside with me to get connected with the influencers or connected with the developers in order to make the game, a little bit better. Like, it's been a really cool experience. I never would have thought that people in the influencer community can have such an impact, but I do believe that a lot of the developers out there, and I'm saying some of this word, but a lot of the developers in various games truly don't know how much an influencer can impact, good and bad. And so the fact that ChildishPlays has, gone out of their way to get a little bit more involved with the influencer community means more than I can say. And for that, I just wanted to say thank you for giving me a chance to be, in that inaugural part of that. So it's been a pretty cool experience here. Outside of that, from a content creator perspective, I think one of the coolest things that I've had is I've made it known, I've said it publicly, that I've always been a fan of paying it forward, and that it's been a blessing to be able to assist other content creators in various aspects of their channel. Now it may come a little crazy, because when you look at me versus maybe somebody else, like, well, that's crazy. Why are you helping them? Why are you trying to provide their insight or whatever? You're not the biggest. You're not PewDiePie. You're not the biggest content creator in some of this world. Whatever game you play, like, why should you try to provide advice? Because there was one point in time where I was them, and I really didn't know anything about YouTube creation and whatnot. And there was a lot of people that were instrumental in getting my feet off the ground and helping me out. And so, I mean, there's no other better way than to essentially take that knowledge and pass it on to somebody that is truly passionate, more passionate than I've ever been. And for some of those people out there, it's been a blessing to watch them take that and just put their hard work ethic into basically like catapult their channels right to things that I never would imagine. And I gotta hand it to them. I know that, again, this is such a weird video. I want to put it out there. I gotta get it just to make sure that you guys know what we're talking about here. This is not me saying, oh, I am the reason why somebody, blew up. No, this person or these persons may have, we may have connected, and they decided to take that idea and expand it beyond bounds. They decided to do the research, put in the work, to allow them to grow, crazier than we both would ever imagine. And so we'll talk on the side, like, hey, dude, congratulations, you jumped into this game, like, you're doing great, like, you're making content, like, you're blowing up, like, and that's amazing. Like, also I'm thinking, like, no. I always say, it's like, I don't take any credit for that. It's the effort that person puts in to understand YouTube algorithms or SEO, to understand what it means to make a thumbnail that pops out. All these little details that a lot of you guys don't really know. It's crazy to think, just how much a person could truly grow if they put it for effort, right? And I think you guys have heard this line way too much here. You get in what you put in, right? If there's one thing that you take it from this video, is that line is truly, it's the truth. I couldn't agree with that line more. And it's funny enough because it's going to segue into my next question here that I got. I think this was from our first troll that we're going to get here. So the next question here, question number 5. Okay, what was the one thing you regret the most as a content creator? What was the one thing you regret the most as a content creator? So the first thing, I'm just going to segue in from the other ones, is basically setting limitations on myself. Essentially, once I learn certain things, I get happy with it, and I want to, provide a little bit of test it out, kind of see what you guys like, what you guys enjoy, and kind of get into it. But once I get comfortable, I'm a person that gets very comfortable in my own ways and doesn't like to get outside the box all too much, even if it does, even if it seems quite a bit different here. But the fact of the matter is that. I do believe that I do believe that I've done a really, really good job with where I've had. As I say that, how can I say that without sounding like conceited, right? I am very happy with where I'm at in my channel, but I do believe that I probably could have done a little bit better, and I do believe I have the potential to do better, but I basically set limitations on with some stuff, and some of it stems from my own personal choice, some of it stems from issues that I've had in my personal life that obviously I'm not at liberty to discuss. I'm not going to hit y'all with that right now. We're not going to make this a sad video, but again, it's the fact of the matter is I'm human like everybody else, and Lord knows that I obviously want to make a better future for myself, for my family, and that's what I'm looking to do in 2019. So I'm going to try my very best to not set any limitations and just continuously try to educate myself in this crazy YouTube world that we live in. Okay. The other thing that I regret quite a bit as a sponsored content creator, not as a sponsored content creator, as a content creator, is sponsor work. So this is something that I took a very, very strong stance early on. And you guys might have seen it too. Again, I was one of the first, kind of, I don't want to say pioneers, but one of the first content creators that was making some of this work content there back in 2014. And over the course of time, you guys have seen a wide variety of content creators that have done a couple of sponsored deals, this and that, whatever. And sometimes the person that is part of that team that's reaching out to these other content creators to create sponsor work, that they reach out to me and I basically say, you know what, I'm not really down with that, or I just don't really want to bring sponsor work on my channel. I want people to enjoy my content and basically like the videos that I make. But again, I kind of went about it all wrong. Like I didn't realize, I didn't kind of get back to my own how do I say this? I didn't get back to the own parameters I kind of set for myself, which is essentially, do what you love and do what you're passionate about. And that's really all that should matter. It shouldn't be about, focusing on one game or this and that, whatever. It should just be doing about, what you love. And that's what it comes down to. So, now mind you, there's been a ton of, sponsored work that, has passed along my way. That maybe the games were not good, and I'm like, hey, you know what? It looks like a pretty interesting game, but I just can't get into it, and I didn't want to put it on the channel. But there's also been a couple of opportunities that weren't game related that had I chosen to basically put a little sponsor work on it, it probably wouldn't have been as, you guys probably wouldn't have taken as a negative thing and whatnot. But I just chose to kind of stay away from it. And I probably shouldn't, because at this stage for content creators that are truly trying to move up and trying to grow and whatnot, you want to open yourself up to some networking. You want to open yourself up to creating new relationships with people, because you just never know who you plan to meet or who you plan to work with. And for those people out there that maybe do have a YouTube channel and are looking at different things, if you, again, I'm not going to tell you how you do your channel, but just take the time to really soak those opportunities in and really decide, is this the right thing for me right now, or should I wait, or should I focus on, really figure out what is it you want to do? Because honestly, there's been some opportunities that I've essentially not been able to take advantage of because I decided to have a strong stance on this one or that one or whatever the case may be. So, but I will say this, and I want to keep it real with you guys. For those of you that are here to watch some of this work content, I do appreciate everything you do. But for the few of you, and I'm not going to say this specifically for my channel, but I'm going to say for every channel out there, for the few of you that truly watch every single video, regardless of what the content creator puts out, maybe you don't download the game or maybe you don't watch the full video, but for those of you guys that click it, whether you like it or dislike it, you know what I'm saying? It means a lot. And believe it or not, whether you dislike or like a video, it creates engagement. It's part of that algorithm that actually helps out the content creator. So when you hear a content creator say, hey, I make it sponsored content and, thank you guys so much for your support and watching, it's like, it really means a lot. You guys are supporting the content creator and what they do. And, these are opportunities that some content creators that now can get, that they can essentially take this opportunity and grow with it, within their game, because now they have the resources to provide you guys more entertaining content or provide just a better production value, whatever the case may be. Like you just never know. And it truly means a lot. I really do say that from the bottom of my heart for those of you guys that do click on a video and say yay or nay, regardless if you do. If you click on the video, thank you. I really do thank you here. So that's it. No more regrets here. That's pretty much it here, man. Talk about it. So anybody, for all of you guys that are still here, put it in the chat down below. How shocked were you into seeing the video like this? Because honestly, I don't even know how long this video is right now. I'm guessing that most of you won't even get to this part here. So if you get to this part, say something like "yeah, buddy" in the chat. Okay, I want to know who actually is watching these videos. Okay, all right. Next one here. Question number 6, and this is question number 6 out of 8. Again, I'm trying to make this as quick as possible here. Why haven't you made a video on X, Y, and Z? Okay, why haven't you made a video on this specific topic or that specific topic? Why is that the case? Well, 2 things. One, it's no surprise for those that have been, paying close attention that I am a very, very neutral person. I keep, any and all what people would consider drama outside of my channel. I have come to the realization, and I do believe that some of you guys agree with me, that it's a crazy world we live in here in 2018. And if we, for those of you guys that just, are going through a lot of stuff and, this and that, whatever, like I want to provide a positive atmosphere where we can just, connect with whatever game that we're playing and just have fun with it and not think about all the other things that are going on. I know that when you think about this question, if you look into the details, you'll probably know what this question is kind of referred to. Just understand that if there was something that needed to be addressed, everything gets addressed privately, whether it's to a company or whether it's to an individual. I always handle my business privately. I never take it publicly unless it has impacted me in such a way that you guys should know about it. But I just want to keep it 100 with you guys, because I know that a lot of people have been surprised on some of the avenues that I've taken over the course of my time here. But rest assured that I support what needs to be supported. Okay, we'll just leave it at that here. Man, dude, these are like questions that I'm like, why didn't I just scratch them out here? Okay, so next one. What is your biggest fear? And this is great because this comes from another content creator. Let me go ahead and load up here. So this one here, what is your biggest fear? And I'm going to relate this to content creation, okay? Because it came from him. So, my biggest fear, my original biggest fear was when I got into YouTube, I understood the possibility that, I can make content and I can grow really well, or I can grow, not so really well. And I understand that regardless of what game that I truly enjoy, it may not be a game that's like super hot or super popular. Maybe it's like out of the out of the gaming meta, right? People just, this game is like, super old school, no one likes it, or maybe this game just didn't have that support from the developer team that people were looking for, so I kind of died out. You never know, but I continuously made the game, and maybe it wasn't something that my audience wanted to see. And so my biggest fear was getting involved in other games that were not, let's say we'll take this example right here, that are not Summoners War related, and not taken really really good. And I think I'll give the best example that I can give right now, is a scenario that basically I'm living through right now. So we'll keep it honest with you right now. Summoners War is a very very an amazing game when it comes to turn-based RPGs. But if you guys did not know, turn-based RPGs wasn't really what I started with. I started with first player shooters, FPS games. I started with real-time strategy games. Those were my kind of go-to, games. And as far as the shootings, the FPS kind of games, one of the things that I've realized is that it's not so much the FPS or the RTS, but more so the truly like skill-based games that I've really enjoyed over my time playing video games here. And so, as you guys, may or may not know, one of the games that was completely non-Summoners War related, I put a lot of games on my channel, but they all had some kind of, either action RPG or turn-based RPG genre out of there. One of the games that I put on my channel that truly has gotten little to no support is Brawl Stars. That game is a 3v3 MOBA. You guys might be familiar with the term MOBA when you think of the game like League of Legends or whatnot. It's a 3v3 MOBA that I've truly enjoyed from top to from start to finish. And I made content early on, but unfortunately it was a soft launch for a very very long time, with not allowing iOS users to download it. So basically, my thought process was that, oh hey, it's the reason why no one's watching it is because they can't play the game. And that's some of the feedback that I got from people. They're like, yeah, it looks great, but I can't play it. So I was like, okay, well, maybe I'll take a break on it. I'll focus on some other games or some other projects, and we'll go ahead and just move on. And whenever it goes global, we'll jump back into it here. And so, fast forward to now, it's December 26, 2018. The game has been, at the beginning of this month, we found out that the game was going global. So I was like, ooh, I'm super excited. It's going to be great. Going to try a new game. And, as some people, predicted or not predicted, like the game came out and it really did not have any of an impact essentially on my channel. Some channels, I think it did have a little bit of impact. Other channels have done really, really well. But, unfortunately, everyone likes Summoners War. No one really likes this style of game here. But my fear was, getting back to the main topic here, my fear was, getting involved with a different game and loving it so much that, I was worried about losing, 70, 80, 90% of my following, right? Well, I guess I'm just gonna put it out there because that's what we're doing here. We're being super transparent with it. Early on in this year, I took a really big chance. I went, pretty aggro when it comes to another turn-based RPG in the summer of 2018 here, and I definitely saw the impact that it made on my channel when I wasn't making consistent videos in whatever game I was playing, because I was bouncing around in a variety of games. It was more like a variety gamer versus like a consistent one here. And so I've learned a lot of things since that time, but I do realize one thing, and the one thing here is that, again, this stems back from, if you've been watching the video for the past however long it was, it stems back to one of the topics I already said. I'm going to do what I love. I'm going to do what I'm passionate about. And it may not agree with everybody, but ultimately, if I'm not enjoying exactly what I'm doing right now for you, then, what is the point? I never want to put myself in a situation where I'm simply playing a game or doing something for views. While that does have an impact on content creators, at my level, especially if we're people that are aspiring to, make this a part-time or full-time gig. I'll be completely honest with you. I'm always going to stay true to my word and play games that I truly enjoy. So obviously I'm enjoying Summoners War. I'm still making content on it, but I just want to keep keep it up there so that, you know, down the road, if you see some kind of crazy change, you guys are like, wow, what happened? What's going on? Why is he doing this? It's like, well, remember that one video that I made like at the end of the year? Like, you know, no, I couldn't watch that video because it was like 32 minutes or whatever. Like, I didn't watch it. But no, honestly. So that's just, I just want to keep it real with you guys because as you guys might have guessed, while a lot of us play Summoners War, for example, believe it or not, we're not just Summoners War players, but we're video gamers. We play a wide variety of games. I've realized that, you know, that was truly a big fear for me, possibly jumping into a game that not everyone was really going to enjoy. But basically, to keep it honest, you guys, I just, how do I say this? It's not a big, like, I just don't care anymore. I really just don't care anymore. Basically, I'm going to do what I love. And I hope that you guys enjoy the content that I provide. And again, I want to take this before somebody clips it and be like, what? Child is going ham. Just don't care. I love Summoners War. I love turn-based RPGs. I'm always going to play turn-based RPGs. I love this game, okay? So for those of you guys like, might as well unsub now. He's quitting them. That's not what I'm trying to make. What I'm trying to make is that I don't know in 2 or 3 or 4 years from now, you know, where I'm going to be. But I will say this, that the effort that you guys have enjoyed, the effort that I've been putting forth into my channel, I'm going to put it into whatever game I play. And I hope that you guys see that. And I hope that you enjoy whatever the content is. And if you don't, God bless you. I still love you. But for those that do, I appreciate your support, okay? Last question. Believe it or not, we got there. Oh, my God. This thing is so long. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm glad I made this to just 8 questions here because there was close to about there was close to like 70, 75 questions that I've collected over the year that I'm like, you know what? One of these days I'm going to answer this question. Like, I'm going to do it. But this is, I'm glad we limited it to 8 because these are pretty, this is a hard video to make. What are your future plans for 2019? So this one's an easy one to answer because I think I've talked about it a little bit here and there. Obviously, I'm not going to set limitations on myself. I'm just going to do what I love and continuously put out content for you guys. I'm going to continuously educate myself. I'm going to continuously try to network with other people out there in the ecosystem so that I can create, provide, better entertainment or better production value from not only my videos, but also just try to, grow in all ways, shapes, and forms here. And to state my word that I said earlier on, I'm going to continue to pay it forward to future content creators, whoever they are, wherever they are, whether they're big or small. Understand that if you are watching this video and you have a question in something that you're not too familiar of or you're not really sure how it works, while YouTube or Google is a great response, please don't hesitate to shoot me an email, reach out to me. I'd be more than happy to try to answer the question for you. And if I can't, I definitely feel confident saying that I've been blessed to be connected with a quite variety of people that are different content creators in various platforms that have the knowledge. And I will be sure to, try to get that answer from them, from him or her, if I'm not able to answer it for you. Okay, so that's going to be it, guys. Thank you all so much for your support. Again, happy holidays. I hope you guys got tons of gift cards to do more summons. And I hope that while this video was outrageously long, that I hope that you got a little better understanding of who I am, what I'm about, and what to expect moving forward in 2019, okay? That's going to be it, guys. Thank you all so much for tuning in. It's your boy Childish, your ChildishPlays, checking out. Take care, and we will see you all in the next one. I'm out.